Greetings. This video is a tutorial for the Puddle Spore Jump, aka the Lava Hamburger Jump, a speedrunning trick in the Metroid Prime Trilogy and Wii versions of the game where you can't do scan jumping. This trick enables you to get the plasma beam much earlier than normal, which saves a lot of time in speedruns. Note, after performing this trick, you do need to already have the ice beam and at least one PowerBomb to make it inside the room where the plasma beam is. First, I'm going to just demonstrate the entire trick as it is normally done. Then I will do the trick again more slowly and with explanations, as well as illustrate some common pitfalls. I will also briefly cover the BSJ you can do at the top of the geothermal core. And lastly, I will include a slow motion video of the Puddle Spore Jump. Okay, so now let me start off by showing the trick in its entirety. As you can see, by landing on the puddle spore in the right spot as a morph ball, you can use the force of being damaged to propel yourself upwards so that Samus can make it onto this platform without even unmorphing. Normally, you need the Grapple Beam to make it up here, but this trick allows you to skip the Grapple Beam. From here, head into the spinner and proceed up to the Plasma Beam. Okay, now let me explain how to really do this. Understand that the area you're aiming for is right around this spiky mark right on top of the puddle spore, here. I also want to make it clear that both speed and precision are required to complete this trick. You have to land in the right spot, and you also have to get there quick enough from the time the puddle spore opens its mouth. First, make sure you jump as soon as you see the mouth is about to open. It makes a grunting sound before it opens. And shortly after you hear this sound, but before the mouth actually opens, that is the time to jump. When jumping, don't focus on going high, but focus more on going forwards towards the spot where you want to morph and land. Because after the mouth opens, if you take too long in the air, the trick will fail. Second, find the right spot to land on top of the creature. It is this area, here. You want to morph when you are directly above this area. Third, now that Samus is right above the spot to land, morph and immediately let go of the analog stick. For the trick to work, you must land going straight down onto the spot and not move laterally until the damage hits. If you move in any direction while on top of the puddle spore, then the damage burst will not shoot you upwards. Lastly, once you see you've been sent upwards, hit right on the analog stick to enable you to make it onto the platform. Make sure not to touch the analog stick until after you've already been jettisoned into the air. In addition to showing you how to succeed at this trick, I also want to illustrate a few common mistakes that can happen when practicing. If you see yourself land, but instead of getting sent upwards, Samus is sent off to the left, that means you are very close, but not quite there. This can mean either you are taking too long to land, or you are landing very close to the correct spot, but not quite on it. If this is happening to you, don't get discouraged, and just keep practicing. You're almost there. If you jump too quickly after hearing the puddle spore's grunting sound, it won't open its mouth. If you move the analog stick while on top of the puddle spore, all sorts of weird things might happen, but you will definitely not get sent upwards where you want to be. When first starting to learn this trick, I recommend just repeatedly practicing getting sent straight upwards, like this. It's best to first get comfortable with the timing and location of land while morphing on top of the puddle spore. And then after you've gotten pretty good at that, start trying to develop the muscle memory of when to tap right on the analog stick, such that Samus will make it onto the platform. In most speedrun routes, you will be performing this trick after coming into Geothermal core on the side I've demoed earlier, coming from Twin Fire's tunnel, because you've probably already gotten a PowerBomb in the Chozo Ruins. However, If you get your first PowerBomb in Phendrana's Edge, or are coming from the Phazon mines, then you might enter this room from the other side. Let me show that case as well, because it's kind of different. I find when coming from this direction, it is quite difficult to land on top of the Puddle Spore quick enough to get the full upward distance. However, you can still get barely enough upward distance if you land here, though you will need to unmorph to get extra height. If you unmorph right at the peak and hold left on the analog stick, it will push you onto the platform. As a bonus, I want to also demo another speed trick you can do in this same room, which is the Bomb Space Jump, or BSJ, also known as Spring Space Jump, or SSJ, to skip the entire spider ball track around this room. I'm not going to cover in detail about how to do a BSJ in this tutorial, there are others, but the basics you need to know is that it involves three things. One, you need to do what is called an instant unmorph, where you unmorph from ball form while Samus is not visible on camera and there is no unmorph animation. Two, you must get the instant unmorph within 22 frames of leaving the ground. Since Metroid Prime is a 60 frame per second game, 22 frames means you have basically 1/3 of a second after leaving the ground to unmorph. And three, you need to hit the jump button a literal split second after hitting unmorph to trigger a bug in the game where you can do a full space jump. It allows you to achieve much more height than normal. I want to note the 22 frame limit is very important and can trip up BSJ beginners. The bug in the game that the BSJ exploits only works if you unmorph within 22 frames, because after 22 frames have passed, the game's code will realize you are off the ground and won't let you jump. So, hop onto the start of the spider ball track. You are going to be jumping up to this platform. To ensure you get an instant unmorph, you need to adjust the camera to be in just the right spot. Wait until you can see in your view a tiny hint of yellow glitter of the spider ball track above you, like this. Turn around, take 2 small steps forward, and morph. Notice how the spider ball track above you is visible in the camera above Samus. This is what the camera should look like for you to be able to get an instant unmorph. Now, just roll right, spring jump, and Samus will disappear from view. Unmorph as soon as you're off screen, then do 1, 2 regular jumps. If you're worried about where to land on this platform where the door is, the platform actually extends farther out from the door than it looks. See here, this is all freely standable area. On the side it's not standable, but coming straight out of the room it is. Congratulations! The plasma beam is yours. You can now go grab a bunch of artifacts early, as well as kill enemies much more quickly. The sooner you get this item in your speedrun, the better. Thanks for watching. I will end with a slow motion rendering of the Lava Hamburger Jump.